Good evening and welcome to Bullard, Texas. Dr. John Groth with you. We are a couple of minutes from first pitch. I'm going to go ahead and play these pregame interviews through the first half inning, so hang with us there. We'll get you the lineups and the defensive alignments as we get going. But I did get a chance to catch up with both head coaches. Let's hear from Eric Osner, the skipper for the North Arkansas Pioneers right now. All right, we're here in the Pioneer dugout with Eric Osner. And, well, you lived to see another game. You guys already played an elimination game today. It looked like a back-and-forth battle. Talk about this afternoon's win over Richland.
It was a fun game. We led 6-1. Kind of felt like we were in control, and they got to our starter in the 8th and got him knocked out. And they took a one-run lead, 7-6, and we came back in the bottom half of the 8th. Got two guys on in front of our leadoff hitter, Hogue, who's been as hot as anybody this tournament. He hits a towering shot over the left field foul pole that gets called foul. The umpire and I exchanged a few words. We moved on, and 3 pitches later, he put one over the right center wall.
Nice. Not easy to do, right?
No, exactly. 2 home runs and 1 AB, but he does that kind of thing. The kid's a great player, and we take a 9-7 lead, and Soria comes in, slams the door, and we take that game, so we're happy to be here.
Here you are back with Tyler, and I'm not sure who you expected to play, but Tyler had a similar game, back and forth a little bit. They got an early lead, and Eastfield came back and was solid through those middle innings. And so here you are. What do you expect tonight out of your guys?
Well, these guys want to be here, and they've got no quit in them right now, and so we're gonna fight, and we're gonna fight till the very end. We're gonna play hard, and this is going to be a dogfight, just like it was yesterday.
Yeah, you guys gave them everything they wanted and more yesterday. You had a 3-run lead, 2 outs in the 6th. You take away 2 3-run homers, and totally different story. So you got to believe there's some confidence level in your guys feeling like, hey, we belong here.
Yeah, and just like a typical higher-ranked team, Tyler has a target on their back, and our guys see that target, and they want a piece of them, and they want some revenge for yesterday. So they're hungry. They want to be here. They want to compete, and this is going to be a good one.
Should be fun to call. Eric, I appreciate it. Who's going to get the ball for you on the mound tonight?
Max Bates will have it tonight. He's been our 4-starter. He's been a long relief guy for us, kind of done a little bit of everything, but he's a little lefty that's crafty. He can pitch. He can spin it. He's going to give those hitters some problems. We're excited to see him.
Well, you're at a point both of you are now. All hands on deck, right?
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Thanks for giving me some time. Looking forward to calling it. Hope tonight goes well for the Pioneers.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, big shout-out to Eric Osner for his pregame time. Give me a few minutes as we are underway. First batter, it was Aaron Hogue, base hit to right field. And we'll go ahead and listen to Coach Wren when we flip over to the bottom of the first inning. And let's go through the lineups here as we navigate this first half inning. Aaron Hogue just led off with a base hit, broke up the no-hitter. So he's at first base with no one out here in the first. Nate Fitzgerald steps in, going to show bunt, pull back, and it's called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Batting third is the first baseman, John Hazelton. Batting cleanup, third baseman, Joe Brown. Batting fifth, left fielder, Creighton Henry. Batting sixth, DH, Arlie Miller. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Anthony Soria. Here's the 1-1. It's low, 2 balls and a strike. Batting eighth for North Arkansas, center fielder Eric Helms. And batting ninth for the Pioneers, second baseman Josh Calhoun. On the mound for the Pioneers is Max Bates. Defensively for the Apaches, we got a number of changes here. There's the bunt right back to the mound. Gonzalez, he's thinking about going to second, and somehow his body went to first. His mind was saying 2-2-2, but there was no play there. So the sacrifice will move the runner to second base with 1 out. That'll go 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt. Here's John Hazelton. Defensively for the Apaches, Ty Eli gets the nod in left field tonight. Jacob Johnson back in center field. Alec Williams back in right field. Around the infield, some switches. Dalton Davis will move from second to third base. Tyler Lindweber back at short. Ren Reynolds gets the start at second base. Miguel Vega, the big fella, at first. That ball's in there, strike 1. Behind the plate, Trey Irwin gets the start. And on the mound, right-handed freshman from Arlington, Texas, 6'6", 235, Jason Gonzalez. No balls and 1 strike now to the 3-hitter, John Hazelton. For Gonzalez, his 10th appearance of the year, his 3rd start as an Apache. And that ball way inside as Hazelton thought about swinging at it, but held up. 2-1 on the year is Jason Gonzalez, 4.76 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, and 7 walks for the freshman from Arlington, Texas, Jason Gonzalez. Next pitch, popped out of play over our heads and heads up Avalon. Avalon, I think we're out of range on that one. Parking lot right behind the ballpark. This is Harrington Field, right? All right, so we're on the campus of the Brook Hill School. Beautiful facility here, and a great night for baseball. 79 degrees, 39% humidity, a north-northwesterly at about 7 miles an hour. Pop up off to the left, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The flag is just barely moving here. North-northwesterly is going to be out to right field, I think, but probably not much of a factor tonight. Kind of sticky tonight, to be honest with you. 79 degrees, a little toasty for this time of year here in Tyler. Or Bullard, I should say. We're about 20 minutes south of Tyler. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. First strikeout of the night for Jason Gonzalez. And there's now 2 away. And stepping in is the 3rd baseman, Joe Brown. These two, this is a rematch of yesterday's opening game, as the Apaches and the North Arkansas Pioneers went at it, and the Pioneers actually had the lead for most of that ball game, but Tyler came back and won it 6-4. And so you heard on the pregame interview from Coach Osner, these Pioneers, as the wild pitch gets away, and over to third with 2 outs goes Aaron Hogue. So now you got a runner at third, 2 down. Coach Osner talked about the Pioneers wanting to get a little bit of revenge from yesterday's 6-4 loss to the Apaches. They controlled most of that ball game. Had a 3-0 lead with 2 outs in the 6th, and off the bench a 3-run homer, and Vega hit a 3-run homer, and it was just like that in a 2-inning span. It went from 3-0 North Arkansas to 6-3 Tyler, and the Apaches held on for the 6-4 win yesterday. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Breaking pitch right over the heart of the plate, 2-1. Jason Gonzalez, the freshman out of Arlington, 6'6" and 235. Just his 3rd start of the season for the Apaches, and they're all pinstriped tonight, just off the plate, 3-1. Pinstripes with the Apache logo on the left chest, the black and gold numeral on the right bottom, and the Apache logo on the black ball cap. The black stirrups. Pioneers with their black tops and the white pants. There's a tapper to second, and that's Ren Reynolds throwing, and Vega, nice stretch over there to make the play. And that's it. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's North Arkansas 0, the Apaches coming to the plate. Let's hear what Coach Wren had to say a few minutes ago on the pregame interview.
All right, we're out here outside the Apache dugout down at Brook Hill, and I know this is not where you wanted to be tonight, but elimination day here, and you know, just a back and forth game that got away from you defensively a little bit, and you know, you're going to find out what you're made of here tonight. You got a scrappy team over there that had just coming off a really their first win ever in regional play.
Yeah, this was not obviously plan A.
Right.
So, you know, we were not really, you know, planning on playing tonight, but obviously you tip your hat to Eastfield. They scored more runs than we did. So, certainly felt like up 8-1 with Cooper Rawls in the mound in the 6th inning. You probably don't lose that game very often, but you know, we just had a you know, I don't know what you call it. We just uncharacteristically made some defensive mistakes, and that we haven't made really all year long.
Right.
And
they made,
you know,
to their credit, when you made a mistake, they took advantage of it, full advantage. And that much like the first game they won, they controlled the middle of the game, and that was the difference.
Right. They had some little hits here and there.
Yep.
Nothing really barreled up.
Right.
It was just kind of one of those annoying innings where everything
Right.
seemed to find a hole, just through the infield, right in front of an outfielder. A squibber that takes a crazy hop on a third baseman. But we just didn't respond to it well.
Right.
We made the few errors that really compounded the issue.
Yep.
And, Zach comes in, and we had the matchup we wanted. He ended up walking the guy. He walked the guy that was hitting 265 or 270 to bring the guy up that's hitting 450. So, it didn't seem like anything really went our way. And then offensively, we were kind of locked in there for 4 innings,
Yep.
doing what we've normally been doing all year long, and then we stopped. And we abandoned plan.
Yeah.
And and then it got late, and then we did hit some balls hard right at them in
Yep.
a couple scenarios, and so
Atom
it's
balls.
just it's baseball, and
Yes, it is.
we still love this team, and we still feel like it's very, very deep, and so
Yep.
I think if there's anybody built to come back through the losers bracket and win one tonight and maybe a doubleheader tomorrow, then I certainly like our chances doing that. So
Absolutely.
that's the plan, is to win this one here, and then we'll regroup tonight, and then get a good night's sleep and come back and give it a go.
Everything's still in front of you. Just going to have to go a little bit longer route than what you maybe had hoped for this weekend. So talk about who's going to get the ball tonight and how you're going to manage your pitching tonight. I guess all hands on deck. I mean, it's just an elimination game.
Yeah, it is. So certainly it will be all hands on deck. I think any time that you are looking at going through a loser's bracket and having to win some extra games, is you have to have some performances out of some guys that may necessarily not be given the ball all the time. And so we're going to throw Jason Gonzalez tonight. He's had some really good outings. He's beaten some Division I teams this year. And we're going to see if he can give us a good start. Hopefully the offense can kind of breathe a little bit, get out to a good start.
Right.
And then we'll kind of manage it from there. But certainly it will be all hands on deck at this point, and we'll play this inning by inning as we see how it unfolds. And so, that's this time of year, and this is you got to have some unlikely heroes
Yep.
step up and do some big things. And so hopefully, and there might be a few new faces in our lineup tonight to kind of refresh and hopefully re-energize the offense. For some guys that have maybe been a little bit stagnant so far this weekend. So hopefully we get some energy from them. We get a good start from Jason, and hopefully we can get a win tonight, and then we'll regroup and see what we can do tomorrow.
Well, the hope is that you win here at Brook Hill to give you a chance to go back to Mike Carter Field.
You bet. Chance to go back home would be nice. And like I said, I think if we can do what we need to do tonight, then I think we should have quite a bit of pitching left for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what they have left over there. So again, we got to be North Arkansas. We got to get through tonight, and hopefully the guys are up for the task.
Doug, thanks for taking time. You got the pinstripes on. Hope tonight goes well for the Apaches.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, big thank you to Coach Doug Wren for giving me some of his pregame time. And you heard him talk about not really wanting to be here tonight, hoping that they were going to get the night off, but didn't work out that way. So elimination game for both of these squads. That ball's hit into left center, and it's going to be an RBI single for the big fella. And he's back home, and the first at bat for Miguel Vega is an RBI single to left field. It's 1-0 Apaches.
Now batting, designated hitter number 23, Robert Hines.
Davis went to second base. Jacob Johnson led the game off with a walk, or led the inning off with a walk. Davis reached on an error by third baseman Joe Brown, and now Vega with the RBI single. Here's the 4 spot, Robert Hines. And Robert Hines came off the bench to get the 3-run homer in the first North Arkansas game. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Batting 5th for the Apaches in the on-deck circle is Alec Williams. Batting 6th is Ty Eli, the left fielder. Batting 7th, the catcher Trey Irwin. Batting 8th, shortstop Tyler Lindweber. And batting 9th for the Apaches, second baseman Ren Reynolds. Breaking pitch catches the corner. It's 1-1. Defensively for the Pioneers, Creighton Henry out in left, Eric Helms in center, Aaron Hogue in right. Around the infield, Joe Brown at third, Anthony Soria at short, Josh Calhoun at second, John Hazelton at first, Nate Fitzgerald behind the plate, and on the mound, left-handed freshman from Columbia, Missouri, Max Bates. Bates gets the start, 2-2 on the year. That's in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2 with a 5.67 ERA in 33 1/3 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts to just 23 walks. For Bates, it's his 10th appearance of the year and his 7th start for the Pioneers. Freshman out of Columbia, Missouri, left-hander Max Bates. That pitch is just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 Apaches here, bottom of the first inning. A walk to Jacob Johnson. Davis, a sharply hit grounder to third, reached on an error. And then Vega with the RBI single. And Robert Hines, the DH, in the batter's box. 2-2 pitch, fouled off to the right side. North Arkansas is in the first base dugouts here at Harrington Field on the campus of Brook Hill. And the Apaches, the home team, are in the third base dugout tonight. We'll have the lights on before too long as the sun drops back behind us here. Maybe create some problems with right fielder shading his eyes in every pitch, as is the first baseman. You can see the shadow starting to creep from the Apache dugout on the third base side. 325 down the lines here, 370 straight away. You can see they have a batter's eye that's probably, I don't know, about the same as the wall at Mike Carter, 16, 18 feet. How tall is that? 16? 16-foot high wall out in center. Is it, do they ground rule it's got to go over the wall? Okay, there's not a gap there between where the padding is and the batter's eye. To be a home run, it's got to go over the wall. Okay. All right. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Pop up right side, and Hazelton under it at first, and boy, he can't make the play. It's foul ball. That's a foul ball. They did not touch it. Mr. Umpire is pointing fair. Well, actually, I guess it's behind the bag. So that is a fair ball. Or is it? Did they get him at first? Is that what they're saying? I think there's confusion as much as on the field as there is for me. Robert Hines is going back to the dugout. It actually was called a fair ball.
Right fielder, number 3, Alec Williams.
So because it was past the bag and went foul after it hit the ground, that ball was live. They did get the batter on the force out, so it'll go, I don't know who threw it to who there. First baseman 1-4 or to 3-1. All right. So Hines out 3-1. First pitch in there. Strike 1 to Alec Williams. So infield pop up there. Actually, that should have been an infield fly rule. Why didn't they call that? They did? Okay. And that pitch hit Alec Williams, actually probably ends up helping North Arkansas because that ball got away from home plate and would have been another run. As it is, the bases are loaded after the hit by pitch for Alec Williams.
Eli.
Down to second goes Vega. Davis at third base. So there was an infield fly rule called in that pop-up by Hines. So there's 1 out in the inning, and the bases are loaded for Ty Eli. This is Eli's first at bat in the playoffs. First pitch off the plate, ball 1. Next pitch, that's going to miss low and inside, 2-0. Ty Eli, the freshman from Edgewood, Texas, stepping in for the Apaches. Left-hander Max Bates from the full windup, the 2-0 pitch. Misses high and away. 3-0. You got nowhere to put Ty Eli here. And Trey Irwin waits on deck. 1-0 Apaches, bottom of the first inning. Brookhaven had a lead on Coastal here a few minutes ago, as I got word from the Plano Regional. We'll keep you up to speed on that one as we can. Fastball right down Broadway, and it's 3-1. Brookhaven was up 6-4 in the bottom of the fourth inning at last notice. Boy, Eli with a pretty healthy cut at a fastball just missed it. And the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, North Arkansas had a leadoff single and couldn't do anything with it. The Apaches have scored 1, but they would love to get more. There's a breaking pitch that drops into the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 run is in, but the bases are full of Apaches for Trey Irwin, the 7th batter of the inning. Freshman from Columbia, Missouri, Max Bates from the full windup. Line drive into right center. That'll score 1. 2 are coming in. And Williams is on his horse, and he'll score as well. Bases clearing double for Trey Irwin. And that's what I'm talking about right there. You got to maximize these innings when you get base runners on. And Irwin, a clutch 2-out double to drive all 3 runners in for the Apaches. 3 RBIs for Trey Irwin, and it's 4-0 Apaches. And the 8th batter of the inning is Tyler Lindweber, and that's going to bring a visit from Eric Osner. It's going to go out and settle him down a bit. The Apaches were trailing the Pioneers in their first game 3-0 for most of that ball game. And so for them to jump out early here, a different type of game right now for the Pioneers. And as we noted a moment ago, you just want to try to maximize. And the big 2-out double by Trey Irwin does just that. 4-0 Tyler on 2 hits in the inning. An RBI single by Vega, bases clearing double by Irwin. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Tyler Lindweber. Well, this is doubleheader day for the Apaches, as they played earlier today. Going to show bunt, pull back. 2 balls and no strikes. Lindweber in the first game today against Eastfield was 3 for 5. He had a nice ball game at the plate. So there were a number of Apaches that had good games, as the Apaches jumped out to an 8-1 lead and could not hold it. Ended up losing 10-8. They dominated the first half of the first game today and ended up couldn't quite put things together, made some defensive mistakes, opened the door, and Eastfield came running through. Ended up winning the ball game 10-8. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball to second. This is Calhoun. Up with it, throws over, and that's the inning. 4-3 if you're scoring at the house. But the Apaches, 4 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 on, and your score after 1 complete inning. Tyler 4, North Arkansas 0. Back in a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Welcome back to the Brook Hill School. Dr. John Groth with you. Top of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 for the Pioneers. Jason Gonzalez, toe rubber for the Apaches. And boy, that, I don't know where that missed. Pretty good spot right there. Called a ball. 4-3-0 for the Apaches. 0-1-0 for. They gave him a hit on that. So they're going to give Davis a hit. So 1B5 for Dalton Davis. So we'll get that fixed here in a minute. Ed Atkins doing a job on the live stats. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Creighton Henry, the left fielder, steps in from the left side, leading off here in the second inning. Jason Gonzalez, 21 pitches. There's a base hit into the gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And into second with a double is Creighton Henry. Good piece of hitting right there. He went down and got it, looked like fastball, and drilled it into the gap.
Batting DH number 10, Arlie Miller.
So here's Arlie Miller for the first time, the DH. Second hit of the ball game for North Arkansas. And boy, you love to have a shutdown inning here from Jason Gonzalez. He's going to have to work hard at that. Leadoff double by Henry. Here's Arlie Miller. And Miller in that first ball game against the Apaches, first pitch is off the plate, ball one, was 0 for 3 in that one. Pioneers won this afternoon over Richland 9-7. Take their overall record to 12-23. Apaches dropped to 33-14 on the year by losing to Eastfield. Foul ball at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it's Elimination Thursday here at Brook Hill. The loser of this game is done for the year. Richland has already lost an elimination game earlier today, so the Thunder Ducks season is now complete. And one by one, 2 other teams will be eliminated from the 4-team bracket, and one will move on to a 2 out of 3 series next weekend with the winner of the Plano Regional. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Just off the plate, didn't miss by much, and counts even, 2-2. Miller, the DH in this ball game, I'll say that he was the catcher in the first game with the Apaches. Kick and the 2-2 pitch. Boy, good block there by Trey Irwin. Keeps it in front, keeps the runner at second base. A full count now on Arlie Miller. Anthony Soria, the shortstop, waits on deck for North Arkansas. Really nice crowd tonight. And at a really nice venue. A lot of lawn chairs around the backstop, but a really nice seating area right here around the home plate area as well. Strike 3 called. Miller thought he had ball 4. He tossed the bat and started jogging to first. And that'll be the second strikeout of the night for Jason Gonzalez. 1 out and 1 aboard. Anthony Soria is going to step in. And we'll see what old Anthony did against the Apaches in that first game. He reached on a catcher's interference in the first inning, actually with the bases loaded, got an RBI for that. After that, popped up to short, struck out looking, lined out to left. So he was 1 for 4 in that first ball game, a game where the Apaches came from behind to win 6-3. 1-0 pitch, ground ball to short. Lynn Weber, boy, you're going to go to third. Yeah, absolutely, he's running right in front of you. You'll take that out every day. Base running error right there by Creighton Henry. That'll go 6-5. And Soria reaches on the fielder's choice. And boy, the rule there, that ball's got to be behind you. And that's easy pickings right there for Lynn Weber and Dalton Davis for the second out of the inning. Eric Helms steps in, the center fielder and the 8 batter in the Pioneer lineup. Eric Helms was 0 for 3 with a walk in Game 1 against the Apaches. First pitch is low, ball 1. Well, a number of new faces out there for the Apaches. Eli in left. You got Reynolds at second and Irwin behind the plate. And it's all hands on deck tonight, as if you don't win, that's it for the 2021 season. 2 balls and no strikes to Eric Helms, as Gonzalez 1 out from getting out of trouble after giving up a leadoff double. Now he's fallen behind 3-0. There's a solid strike. Northwesterly actually is probably going to come in from left a little bit. The flag's blowing straight down behind us, so they're really the breeze is negligible right now. Officially, according to the Weather Channel, it's northwesterly. Ground ball to third. Davis up with it. He'll fire it over to Forrest Gump at second base, and that's your inning. 5-4 on the fielder's choice. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Your score, Tyler 4 and North Arkansas 0. Ren Reynolds to lead it off for the Apaches. 9-1-2 for Tyler. They brought 8 batters to the plate in the first inning. They lead it 4-0. Pitch number 35, a breaking ball in there, strike 1. Max Bates threw 34 pitches in his first inning of work, so that does not bode well for him staying around too long tonight. Coach Osner going to have to use the bullpen at some point. Unless Max Bates really starts becoming more efficient with that pitch count. I think we're 2-0 here. That pitch is off the plate, and I believe it's 3-0 now. Is that right? 2-1, excuse me. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking pitch in there, and it's 2-2. Reynolds, and then back to the top, Jacob Johnson, Dalton Davis. For the Apaches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Just missed inside, boy, pretty good spot. And Josh Calhoun out there with his arms raised saying, where was that? 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Well, I got to believe this time of night, kind of tough in right field, huh? This right side of the infield, these infielders and the outfielders shading their eyes. Probably in about 20 or 30 minutes, we'll have the lights on and it'll be fine. But right now, balls that go that side are going to be tough. Fouled out of play. And we'll do it again at a 3-2 count. The Apaches 4 runs in the first inning on 2 hits. RBI single by Vega and a bases clearing double by Trey Irwin. Strike 3 called. Reynolds flipped his bat over, thinking he had ball 4, and he's a strikeout victim.
Jacob Johnson.
Second strikeout of the ball game for Max Bates. Back to the top you go. Jacob Johnson. He walked and scored in the first inning. He'll step in there for the second time. Full windup for Bates, the pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 0-1 on the Apache center fielder. Johnson on the year, 351 as he swings through a fastball. 15 doubles, no triples, 3 homers. How is that possible that Jacob Johnson doesn't have any triples? Seems like he should have some triples. Doesn't have any. 3 homers, 33 RBIs. Fly ball, left field. That's drifting over to the corner, and running it down is left fielder Creighton Henry for out number 2.
Number 14, Dalton Davis.
Off the bat, you thought it might have a chance to be trouble in the corner, but just held up long enough for Henry to get over there and make the catch. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Dalton Davis. Davis had a sharply hit ball to Joe Brown at third that he could not handle. It was eventually scored a base hit. And so he's 1 for 1. Davis leads the Apaches 407 on the year. First pitch low, ball 1. 18 doubles is tops on the club. 5 triples for Davis, 5 homers, 44 RBIs also leads the team. 2 balls and no strikes. Dangerous count right here for Dalton Davis. Bates from the windup. Breaking pitch, drops it right over the plate, and it's 2-1. Well, you start paying attention to what he throws when he's behind in the count, and Salali popped that curve right in there. That's off the plate. 3-1, another dangerous count here for Bates, facing the dangerous Dalton Davis. The 3-1. Good take right there. Ball 4, 2-out walk for Davis. He threw the breaking ball. And
number 42, Miguel Vega.
It'll be walk number 2 for Max Bates. Here's Miguel Vega. Well, he has been hot as a pistol here. In the first game, well, today, Vega, 3 for 5, a home run, a single, 2 singles, and 2 RBIs. First pitch in there, strike 1. And had a 3-run homer, was the difference against this North Arkansas team in game 1 of the tournament in the 7th inning. So Miguel Vega seeing it well these days. The 0-1. And that's fouled off, and he'll have to battle right here with an 0-2 count. Well, he's going to see a steady dose of that off speed, I got to believe. Can't imagine they're going to give him a fastball here anytime real soon. Vega, an RBI single in his first at bat. He's 1 for 1. That ball's well hit the other way. High, deep, right field. Back to the wall and out of here. Miguel Vega continues his hot ways. A 2-run drive to the opposite field. And it's 6-0 Apaches. Well, there's something about being on the home field, right? He's been swinging it at all over the place his last couple of games as he gets greeted by his teammates there. And I'll be honest with you, I have zero memory of seeing Miguel Vega hit a home run the other way. And that's a good sign for him. That's a good sign for the Apaches. A 2-run smash with 2 outs extends the lead to 6-0. Robert Hines steps in. He was out on infield fly rule, and they're going to appeal. They did the same thing in the first game against Tyler. They appealed on a home run. And Coach Osner out there insisting that somebody missed the home plate on that home run. And he's going to have a chat with Mr. Home Plate Umpire. He's not going to win this, but he wants to make sure that Mr. Umpire is paying attention to some of the small things, like making sure guys touch the plate. So you could tell the North Arkansas dugout felt like they had a valid appeal there. The other coach was kind of slamming down the clipboard a little bit in frustration as well. And Coach Osner's still shaking his head over there. It's 6-0. And stepping in now, Robert Hines. First pitch to Hines. He'll take a whack at it and chop it over toward the on-deck area. It's 0-1. Robert Hines just kind of getting back into the swing of things here. 286 on the year. Got a homer and 3 RBIs. And that was yesterday. Well, I don't know if these are updated from yesterday or not. Don't think we did. So 2 home runs with 6 RBIs for Hines. The 1-1. Ground ball to short. This is Soraya up with it. Throws across, and that's the 3rd out here. 6-3 if you're scoring at the house, but the Apaches, a big 2-run homer, 2 outs for Miguel Vega, and your new score from Harrington Field on the campus of the Brook Hill School, Tyler 6, North Ark 0. Nine, 1-2 for the Pioneers. Josh Calhoun to lead it off. 6-0 Apaches. And those shadows continuing to creep across the infield. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1, not by much. Boy, that's a pretty good pitch. Calhoun, the 9 batter in the Pioneer lineup. Fastball misses up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Calhoun was 0 for 3 in the first game against Tyler. Strikeout swinging, a fly ball to left, pop up to short. Little looper into center, and Johnson's got a beat on it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So the fly ball to center brings up the leadoff hitter, Aaron Hogue. Hogue, a base hit to right field in his first at bat. So he's 1 for 1. Aaron Hogue on the year, 293, first pitch outside, ball 1. 293 for the Pioneers, 7 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 16 RBIs. Full windup for Gonzalez. Drops the ball right over the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch. High pop-up right field. Alec Williams has room out there in that sunshine. Makes the catch for out number 2. Well, the ball's traveling that way a little bit.
Number 24, Nate Fitzgerald.
And evidently Alec Williams with no problem seeing that ball. Here's Nate Fitzgerald, the catcher. He laid down a sacrifice bunt his first time up, so no official at bat for Fitzgerald yet. 359 average on the year. First pitch low, ball one. Couple of doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 19 RBI coming in for Fitzgerald. 1-0 pitch, pop up left field. This should do it, as Eli under it makes the catch. 3 fly balls, 1 to each field, and that's the third inning. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the third, 6-0 Tyler. Back in a minute. You're watching Tyler Baseball on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, a big congratulations to the Eastfield Harvesters. They get the night off, and I'm going to guess some of them are watching this. They're going to play the winner of this game. So they get to go back to the hotel room and chill, get some dinner, and let these teams use up all their pitching. And they'll have to just win 1 ball game tomorrow out of 2 to advance to the Super Regional next weekend against the winner of the Plano Regional over at Prestonwood Christian that's going on, Brookhaven, Coastal Bend. They had a delay because of bees over there. They had a beehive, like a 2-hour delay. Never heard of that before. Williams tries a bunt. There's a pop-up, and it's going to fall. He touched it. He touched the ball in fair territory, and that's a hit. Well, if you let it go, it's going to be foul, but Bates had it go off his arm while the ball was in fair territory, and that'll be a hit for Alec Williams.
Now batting number 29, Todd Eli.
So he push bunts his way aboard. Not a great push bunt. Popped it up. Should have been, I don't know about an easy out, but it couldn't quite get there. The ball hits the turf and touches Max Bates' arm, and so Williams is aboard with no one out. Here's Ty Eli for the second time. First pitch in there, strike 1. Eli struck out swinging his first time up, 0 for 1. Got some softballers here in front of us. And I think they start their playoffs next weekend over at UT Tyler. That ball's hit high and deep to center. That ball is out of here. Ty Eli, he got every bit of that ball, and he's kind of floating around the bases right now. A 2-run home run makes it 8-0 Apaches. Boy, Ty Eli all over that pitch. And another home run for the Apaches, the second 2-run homer in as many innings. Vega, a 2-run smash to right. That one straight over the batter's eye. 16-foot high wall in center field. And it's 8-0 Apaches after, and we're no outs here in the third. Coach Osner out to talk to his left-hander, and that's going to be all for Max Bates. We'll have a pitching change, let you know who the new arm is when we return. 8-0 Tyler. No outs here, third inning. All right, the new pitcher is the shortstop, Anthony Soria. 5'10", 180, right-handed freshman from Hurst, Texas. For Soria, he threw earlier today. You heard Coach Osner on the pregame show, so this is his fifth appearance of the year. He's 0-1, came in with 2 innings pitched into the tournament with a 13.50 ERA in 2 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, and 9 walks. First pitch misses high, ball 1. This is Trey Irwin, and Irwin had a huge hit in inning number 1. Bases clearing double into right center. The 1-0. Low. 2 balls and no strikes. They brought in Todd Gerdner to play shortstop. So they're now in a 9-man lineup. Every player will now have to hit the rest of the game. Kind of lose the DH there when you go to that 9-man lineup. 3 balls and no strikes to Trey Irwin. We're at the 7th spot in the Tyler lineup. Williams reached on an infield single, and a 2-run homer by Eli chased Max Bates out of the ball game. And now it's Anthony Soria. That last pitch was in there. It's 3-1 to Irwin. Tyler Lindweber waits on deck. 3-1. Popped out of plate, off to the right. Well, I got a feeling that tomorrow there's going to be a bunch of baseballs on that construction site. Some construction workers might get some free baseballs. Well, there goes a guy running after it. Look at him. That ball is crushed high and deep to left. Is it going to stay fair? Fair ball. Home run for Trey Irwin. Back-to-back home runs for the Apaches. The 2-run shot by Eli, and now Trey Irwin with a solo blast. It's 9-0. Trey Irwin being greeted by his teammates at just outside the dugout there. For Trey Irwin, his first home run of the season, RBI number 7. 9-0 Apaches.
Number 1, Tyler Lindweber.
Here's Tyler Lindweber, grounded out to second base in his first at bat, 0 for 1. Lindweber on the year, 307, 4 doubles, 25 RBI. First pitch in there. No balls and 1 strike. Anthony Soria started the game at short. Now he's in there trying to get outs for the second time today. He threw some in the opening game. We don't know how much. And this is what happens when you get into a tournament format. This is, especially when you drop in the loser's bracket, this is the second game of the day for the Pioneers. Swing and a miss by Lindweber. 1-2. Well, the earlier you drop into that loser's bracket, the more arms you got to use. So Soria going to pitch for the second time here today. 1-2 pitch, and Lindweber fights it off. North Arkansas only used 2 arms in the opening game against the Apaches. Of course, Garrett Worsing, a great pitching job in that first game. Took a 3-0 lead to 2 outs in the 6th inning. Eventually, Colby Vavruska would take the loss. But, they only used 2 pitchers in that first game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another foul ball off the netting above the first base dugout where the Pioneers are housed. Nine 0 Tyler, bottom of the 3rd. Still no one out. Single Homer. Missed inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Williams tried to push bunt and found a spot on the ground with the ball, and the pitcher at the time, Max Bates, had to go off his arm And then a 2-run blast by Eli to center field and a solo shot by Irwin to left. And now it's Tyler Lindweber with nobody on and nobody out. And 3-2 pitch. Pop up, shallow left field. Let's see who's going to get this. Gerdner, the shortstop, goes way out into left and makes the catch for out number 1. So that's the first out of the inning, and here's the 9 batter, Ren Reynolds. Well, that was Eastfield. I thought that a bunch of Eastfield players just kind of vacated the grandstands over here to our left. So they decided to come out in person. And, of course, they beat the Apaches earlier today. Fastball gets in on the hands. Got an update from Plano. Coastal Bend 10, Brookhaven 6, going to the 9th. So Coastal Bend with a 4-run lead, going to that 9th inning in Plano. Next pitch, going to miss high and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Another foul ball. We'll do it again, 2-2. Well, we started at 79 degrees. The sun's starting to drop here. It's now 75 degrees. So, says we're headed to 54 overnight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Harvesters have seen enough. They're headed back to the hotel. That's strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. As Reynolds, a strikeout victim for the second time tonight. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Pioneer pitching. That's the first strikeout for Anthony Soria. Top of the lineup now, Jacob Johnson, 0 for 1 with a walk. And Jacob played here in Bullard. Not here, but at Bullard High School. So he's not far from his old stomping grounds. Got to believe he played some baseball on this field back in his high school days. If not during the school ball, then summer ball probably. 2 balls and no strikes, the Apache center fielder. Johnson, .351 average on the year. 15 doubles, 3 homers, 33 RBI. Full windup, the 2-0. Off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. .30 pitch, misses high, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Johnson.
Now batting number 14, Dalton Davis.
First walk of the night for Anthony Soria. That's 3 walks for North Arkansas pitching. 7th batter of the inning is Dalton Davis. 0-2-0 for North Arkansas, 9-7-0 for the Apaches. Well, a little delay call there, called a strike. It's 0-1. Davis, 1 for 1, infield single in the first inning. He walked in the second inning. He has scored twice. That pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Apaches 9-0 lead. They have scored in all 3 innings. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 more here in the 3rd. Breaking pitch way inside. 2 balls and a strike. They did this in the first game today against Eastfield. They were up 7-0 and 8-1. So, they learned anything today, you got to keep the pedal down. 2-1 pitch off the plate, 3-1. Well, tell you what, you're going to put another guy on for the big fella waiting on deck. That's not what Anthony Soria wants to do. Miguel Vega is 2 for 2 with a single and a 2-run home run the opposite way. He also has scored 2 runs tonight. Here's the 3-1. Off the plate, and Davis takes another walk.
Stepping up, number 42, Miguel Vega.
Here's Vega now. First and second, 2 outs. And here comes Coach Osner. And we'll see if they're going to make a change here or if they're just going to have a chat about how to work Vega. You got a base open, so you don't have to pitch to him. But if you don't pitch to him, then you got Robert Hines, who hit a 3-run homer against the Pioneers yesterday. So Robert Hines is 0 for 2 tonight. I think I might go at him. They're going to go ahead and make a pitching change. And I'm not sure that Anthony Soria was real happy about it. And coming off the bench, Soria is going to second. And coming out of the dugout is a new pitcher. We'll let you know. We'll sort it out here as he takes his warm-up tosses. 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. And Vega coming to the plate. All right, the new pitcher is right-handed freshman from Forsyth, Missouri, 6'1" and 200, Darien Woods. For Darien Woods, this is his 8th appearance of the year, 0-0 with a 16.88 ERA, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the freshman from Forsyth, Missouri, Darien Woods. And we're trying to sort out who went where. Okay, so Soria went back to second base, and so Woods will be in the 6th spot. This is what happens when you go to a 9-man lineup here. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Vega. Dangerous at bat right here for North Arkansas. Vega, hot as a pistol here, 2 for 2, 3 RBIs, a 2-run Oppo home run last time up. No balls and a strike. That's behind Vega. And it's 1-1. It's got that sidewinder delivery. The base umpire's talking to the Tyler dugout about something. Somebody might have made a remark about that ball that went behind Vega. 1-1 count with 2 outs. 2 on. Vega waves through the slider away. It's 1-2. Two on, 2 out. Miguel Vega, the 8th batter of the inning. Darien Woods, the set, the pitch. Struck him out. Good job right there. 2 really good pitches. And Vega strikes out for the 3rd out. First strikeout for Woods. That's 4 strikeouts on the night for Pioneer pitching. But the Apaches get 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 home runs in the inning. And your score after 3 innings, it's Tyler 9 and North Arkansas 0. Three, 4, and 5 for the Pioneers. This is John Hazelton. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance tonight. The 1 pitch is the low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jason Gonzalez, 45 pitches now on the evening as we continue play in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Well, haven't got a final yet from Plano. Let's see, we may have a final. No, not yet. They were headed to the 9th. Coastal was up 10-6. Swing and a miss. It's a strikeout for Jason Gonzalez. That'll be strikeout number 3.
Joe Brown.
Here's Joe Brown, the third baseman, grounded out to second base to end the first inning. 0 for 1 for Joe Brown. Brown on the year, 371 for the Pioneers. 5 homers, 23 RBIs. First pitch fouls it off to the right side, 0-1. Lights are on now, and the sun no longer a factor as it's dropped back behind the trees behind the ballpark. 1 out, nobody aboard. Full windup for the big right-hander, Jason Gonzalez. It's going to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Three, 4, and 5 this inning for North Arkansas. That pitch is going to miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Joe Brown. Creighton Henry waits on deck. Ball's fouled off, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Arkansas is just over 7 hours away from Tyler. 407 miles. That's in there for a strike. 3 balls and a strike to Creighton Henry. Kind of got to go through Little Rock and then kind of weave your way up to the northwest corner of Arkansas. Really not that far from Branson, Missouri. So easily the farthest trip for anyone in the tournament for the Pioneers. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 right over the heart of the plate. And there's your inning. 1-2-3 inning for Jason Gonzalez. 2 strikeouts. That's strikeout number 4 for the right-hander from Arlington, Texas. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Apaches still lead by 9. The freshman from Garland, Texas, Robert Hines, is going to step in.
Robert Hines.
Hines with his third at bat of the night. Popped up to first base, grounded out to short, 0 for 2 tonight for Hines. We're in the top of the fourth, 9-0 Apaches. 9-7-0. Pioneers 0-2-0. And that went right off the rear end of Robert Hines. He did not move. So a hit batter will start the fourth inning. Here's Alec Williams.
Alec Williams.
Williams got hit by a pitch his first time up. Last time, a seeing eye push bunt that found its way to the ground after popping it up. And Max Bates had it go off his arm in fair territory. Otherwise, it would have been a harmless foul ball. So Williams, 1 for 1 tonight. First pitch, just off the plate, ball 1. Well, we got a bunch of young ball players back behind us here. You can kind of hear them playing in the patio area between here and Schwab Field, the softball field behind us. Tell you what, Darien Woods, he's got some movement on his pitches. Just a matter of commanding it. He's shown some late life on the fastball away from Williams, the lefty. That ball had some drop to it. Here's the 2-0 pitch now. Misses inside, 3-0. Well, if Williams reaches, Ty Eli would step in, and Eli hit a 2-run home run over the batter's eye in center his last time up. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Robert Hines at first base with no one out. Bottom of 4. Tyler 9. With Ari 0. Line drive, left field. This is trouble. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Alec Williams on his horse. And Hines is going to be sent home. It's an RBI double for Alec Williams. And his second hit of the night. Nice piece of hitting there by Alec Williams. Goes the other way. And Robert Hines comes all the way around to score. 10-0 Apaches. And here's Ty Eli for the third time tonight. Struck out swinging. A 2-run smash to center over the wall. 2 RBIs, a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Nobody out here in the fourth. The Apaches have scored in every inning so far. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 more here in the fourth. The pitch. That ball's a breaking pitch, low and away, ball 1. Well, this is eerily familiar from game 1 today, where they jumped out to 8-1 lead, scoring in the first 4 innings. And you just want to make sure you stay on top of things, because in the middle of the ball game today, the Harvesters 1 run in the fourth, 6 in the fifth, 3 in the 6th inning, and they end up winning it 10-8. That pitch missed. It's 2-0. Ty Eli. This is going to be a 2-0 pitch here. Line drive, right field. This is trouble. That's off the wall. Eli chugs into second base with an RBI double. It's 11-0 Apaches. Well, everything going the Apaches' way tonight. Eli just traded places with Alec Williams after he doubled to left field.
13, Trey Irwin.
Here's Trey. The thing you like to see tonight out of the Apaches is they're going with the pitches. Williams with the opposite field double, and now Eli with the opposite field double. Here's Trey Irwin. What has he done? Well, 4 RBIs and 2 at-bats. Not a bad night. First pitch just off the plate, ball 1. He had a bases-clearing double in the first inning, and he had a solo home run in the third inning. So Trey is 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. Still no one out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Well, the winner of this ball game will have to turn around and play Eastfield tomorrow on Championship Friday at 12 noon. Pitch is off the plate, 3-0. Well, if Irwin reaches, Tyler Lindweber waits on deck for the Apaches. Pitch off the plate, ball 4. Well, that's walk number 5. And the first walk of the night for Darien Woods. You got first and second now, as that's going to be all for Woods. A new pitcher's coming in. We'll give you the numbers when we come back. All right, the new pitcher is Ty Anderson, 6', 190, left-handed freshman out of Maumelle, Arkansas. And for Ty Anderson, outing number 7 of the year. He has started 2 games for the Pioneers. 1-1 with 1 save, 11 2/3.
Tyler Lindweber.
8 strikeouts, 11 walks, an ERA of 10.80. New pitcher, left-handed freshman, Ty Anderson. First and second, nobody out. The 8 batter, Tyler Lindweber, 0 for 2. Ground ball to second, a pop up to short. First pitch in there, strike 1. (11, 9-0) for Tyler, 0-2-0 for North Arkansas. They got to be getting close over there in That ball is going to get away from the catcher and over to third base. Scampers Ty Eli. Final in 9 innings, Coastal 10, Brookhaven 6. So Coastal Bend will advance to the championship tomorrow over in the Plano Regional. Look out, hit the bull. That ball's running, rolls right back to home plate, but down to second. It was Trey Irwin. So a couple of wild pitches back to back put runners now in scoring position. Still no one out. So if you look at the bracket in Plano, Coastal Bend, 10-6 winners. They'll advance on to the championship. That means that Brookhaven will await the winner of Cedar Valley and Northlake. The 2-1 pitch. Look out inside, 3-1. So the Bears will wait on the last game of the night here. Cedar Valley Suns and the Northlake Blazers play. They're probably going to have to getting loose right now and playing game number 4 in that bracket. They had a 2 or 3 hour B delay. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. So Lynn Weber draws the walk.
Now batting number 9. Win.
It's the first walk for Anderson. That's 6 walks now for Pioneer pitching. Here's Ren Reynolds. Yeah, you heard me right. They had a bee delay. They had a beehive that developed at the ballpark, and they had to call out a beekeeper to come get the bees out of there. That's a first for me. I've seen a lot of delays for different reasons, but never for that. Someone sent me a picture of it. It's kind of crazy. First pitch is high, ball 1. Bases full of Apaches for Ren Reynolds. Ren Reynolds, one of the only Apaches who's had a rough go of it tonight, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And evidently the Pioneer dugout giving the home plate umpire some noise over there. Next pitch is called a strike. Might have crossed him up. The catcher missed it. As the Pioneer dugout reacts to the ball being called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Lynn Weber at first, Irwin at second, Eli at third. Ren Reynolds at the plate for the Apaches. The pitch. Ground ball to third, and can't make the play. Brown had it go off his glove. That's going to be an error. And everybody's safe. Everybody moves up 90 feet.
Now batting number 17.
And it's
Jacob
12-0.
Johnson.
1, 2, 3 inning. 3 runs in the inning. The bases are still loaded. Nobody out. North Arkansas on their 4th pitcher tonight. We're in the 4th inning. Left-handed freshman Ty Anderson. The pitch high and inside, ball 1. Well, we're in the bottom of the 4th, and now that the lead is over 10, the Apaches 3 outs from securing a chance to play in the championship game tomorrow. What they hope is a long day at Mike Carter. They'll have to beat Eastfield twice tomorrow to advance on to the 2-out-of-3 series next week against the Plano winner. First things first, they got to finish this game up. Still a lot of baseball in front of us, potentially. That pitch is going to miss low. 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson 0 for 1 with a couple of walks tonight. In there for a strike. 2-1 on the Apache center fielder. His 4th appearance at the plate in the first 4 innings. He's the 7th batter of the inning for the Apaches. High and tight. It's 3-1. 12-0 Apaches. And after what happened this afternoon with an 8-1 lead, they are going to take every run they can get here before the 5th inning. 3-1 pitch, got fisted. This is trouble into left field and going to travel foul over Joe Brown's head as Johnson got jammed on that. And it gets over the head and drifts foul. And we'll do it again with a 3-2 count. 3-2, nobody out. Apaches have already scored 3 runs in the inning. Back-to-back doubles by Alec Williams and Ty Eli, the big hits in this inning. Here's the next 3-2. Little tapper, and that's going to drift over toward the Apache dugout on the third base side. We'll do it again. And the field umpire, he might have just thrown someone out of the game. And out to the field, Eric Osner, he wants to know what just happened. The field umpire just pointed towards the Pioneer dugout, kind of threw his right hand up toward the sky as if he threw someone out. And we may not know the answer to this question, but I don't know if Coach Osner got thrown out or I think someone just got tossed from this game. Now, I may be wrong in saying that. Coach Osner wants some clarification, and I'm not sure he got it. I think they got some rules now. Yeah, he didn't get tossed because he's not going anywhere. Maybe it was a warning. May have been a warning to the dugout. So everybody's, let's just play nice here. That ball's drilled to right field. Out of here. A 3-2 grand slam for Jacob Johnson. And the Apaches pouring it on here. Well, now you don't want to get people tossed here. The field umpire, I don't know if he just warned the Apaches. The last thing you need going into a championship game is guys getting tossed. And the Pioneers, their second baseman has dropped his glove. Not sure what's going on here, but nobody likes to get beat badly. But the second baseman, he's having to be pulled back by his right fielder. Coach Wren having a chat with the umpire crew here. And the second baseman, I think it's Anthony Soria. He was on the mound earlier. And he is distraught in right field as Aaron Hogue having to hold him back. Coach Wren is over here having a chat with the umpire crew. And I'm not sure, the field umpire came in and had the same motion he had a moment ago to the North Arkansas dugout. And Coach Wren isn't going to be happy, but I don't know if he threw someone out. But this has the potential of suspending someone for tomorrow's championship game. And now Coach Wren got tossed. And he's going to go get his money's worth. Well, this is not good. It's not good for anybody. And I'm not sure. The field umpire a moment ago made a motion to the North Arkansas dugout. And I thought he might have thrown someone out because he kind of threw his hand up toward the sky. And Coach Osner went out and got a clarification. And then after the home run, the grand slam by Johnson, then you had the same umpire in the field come in and do the same thing toward the Tyler dugout. So I'm going to guess that maybe someone got tossed, but eventually Coach Wren got thrown out of the game. He's out there having a chat with what might be the crew chief of this umpiring crew. And Coach Wren's going to have to vacate the dugout. He's not happy. And, of course, we can't really know what precipitated Coach Wren's upset. He was upset, and I think I'm going to guess that somebody got tossed initially after the home run. Coach Wren didn't like it. He took exception. And then the home plate umpire tossed Coach Wren. When's the last time you saw a head coach get thrown out of a game in which you're winning 16-0? Well, that's a first for me. We'll let them sort it out there for a minute. Cut the mics off here so I don't say something I regret. And be back in just a minute. All right, so Associate Athletic Director Chuck Smith just came up, gave us what happened there. Jacob Johnson got tossed after the celebration, after the grand slam, and Coach Wren went out and took exception to that, and he got thrown out. So both Johnson and Coach Wren will be suspended for Game 1 tomorrow, and that's not good. Your leadoff hitter, your center fielder, and your head coach. So it's great to be winning 16-0, but the emotions got the best of you there, and it's going to cost you tomorrow. So they're going to have to overcome not only having to win 2 ball games, but going through the first one without the skipper and without their leadoff hitter and center fielder. So puts a little damper on this 16-0 score, and there's ball 4. So Davis draws a walk. You still got no one out. It's 7 walks now for Pioneer pitching. And here's the 9th batter of the inning, Miguel Vega. And now here comes Coach Osner, and he's probably going to make a pitching change. He already made a visit. I don't know if it counted or not, but he crossed the line, so I think he's going to have to make a change here. And that's going to be all for Ty Anderson. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we return. New pitcher for the Pioneers, right-handed freshman from West Columbia, Texas, Grant Beaver, 6'165". For Grant Beaver, outing number 9 of the year. He has 2 starts to his credit, 0-2 with a 10.13 ERA. First pitch swing and a miss by Vega, strike 1. 13 in the third innings pitched, 17 strikeouts and 16 walks for the freshman from West Columbia, Texas, Grant Beaver. Breaking pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Miguel Vega, 2 for 3 on the night. 3 RBIs, a single, and a home run the other way. 16-0 Tyler. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, what we're assuming here that there was a big celebration at home plate, and one of the teammates for Jacob Johnson picked him up, and he kind of glanced over toward the Pioneer dugout, and that was the cause for the ejection for Jacob Johnson after hitting the grand slam. And then Coach Wren went out and kind of tried to negotiate or talk through or argue with the umpire about that ejection, and he got ejected. So both those Jacob Johnson and Coach Wren will be
Robert Hines.
Not allowed to participate in the first game tomorrow. Well, the walk to Vega, and the Apaches have now batted around in the inning. 8 walks in the game. Here's Robert Hines. He got hit by a pitch to start this inning off. That ball way up high, ball 1. 16, 10, and 0 for Tyler. 0-2 and 2 now for North Arkansas. Well, we've had a number of you check in on the live chat. Have not been able to catch up on that. A lot of excitement here at the ballpark, so we'll try to catch up on that. All right, Miss Womble watching from San Marcos, rooting for North Ark. Miss Owanga from Overton. Appreciate you checking in there, Mr. Williams. All right, well, I'm not sure about the connection there. Hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. There's a swing and a miss. The runners will advance. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So Davis goes to third base, Vega to second. And Hines now with a 1-2 count. Mr. Simmons watching from down under. All right, so I hope that we're coming through here. We're getting some issues on the, saying the picture's a little issue, but I'm picking it up just fine here on the old iPad, so hopefully we're back. And we had someone go back and look at the replay, and both guys did touch the plate, so thanks for that verification. Breaking pitch just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mr. Putnam, thank you for that. Miss Agatson watching from South Beach, Miami. Appreciate you checking in. Mr. Pete Mendolia watching from scenic East Tyler. Nice. Pete has called many a game or helped me out just behind here at Schwab Field for the softballers. Keep the scoreboard. Tonight it's Kelvie Courtney to my right, keeping up on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Patches have put 7 runs on the board here in the 4th inning. So now you're looking at just 3 outs. You kind of wonder if Gonzalez is going to go back out there. You got to believe he's going to. Had a long delay in that dugout. Here's a ball, and it's 3-2. Kendi D watching from Dallas. Mr. Sestito watching in Frisco. So hopefully we got some clarification. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First out of the inning is a strikeout of Robert Hines. And that's 1 strikeout now for Grant Beaver.
Williams.
And 5 strikeouts now for Pioneer pitching. Here's Alec Williams, the 11th batter of the inning for the Apaches. 1 out, 2nd and 3rd. Williams, 2 for 2 tonight, a single in the infield. RBI double to left his last time up. The pitch is in there, strike 1. Well, definitely a much different tone to this one after the ejections of Jacob Johnson and head coach Doug Wren. Apaches comfortable 16-0 lead, but they're going to have to go into tomorrow's game, I've been told by the athletic director, without their starting center fielder and leadoff hitter and their head coach. So definitely changes things a bit if they can hold on to secure the win here tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, the pitch. That's high, 2-1. And you can just kind of feel the air sucked out of this place. Apache faithful were certainly excited after the grand slam, but the ejections have just taken a little bit of the luster off of this win. And of course there's still some baseball to play, so we were up 8-1 in the opener today and lost 10-8. It's a little bit of a bigger hill to climb tonight for the Pioneers, but stranger things have happened. Inside, ball 4 to Williams. First walk for Grant Beaver.
29, Ty Eli.
9 walks for Pioneer pitching. Here's Ty Eli. Eli's had a nice night. 2-run homer to center and an RBI double to right. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Full windup. The pitch for Beaver, called a strike. Next pitch, off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow's game will be a noon start. Eastfield, back to the hotel a while ago, will play the winner of this ball game. We already know that Coastal Bend has defeated Brookhaven in game number 3 in Plano, 10-6. Cedar Valley and Northlake probably underway by now in game 2 today. You had to delay that game for the Bees. (3-1), the full windup. Swing and a miss. Ty Eli with a huge swing. And it's 3-2. He was trying to get another one there. The 3-2. Ground ball, third base side. Brown's going to step on the bag, throw across, and double play ends the inning. Nicely done there by Joe Brown. Caught the ball, stepped on third, made a strong throw, and got Eli at first. 5-3 if you're scoring at the house. The Apaches bring 12 batters to the plate. They score 7 runs on 3 hits. Wow. 7 runs on 3 hits. And they leave 2 on. Your new score after 4 complete innings, it's Tyler 16, North Arkansas 0. Back in just a minute on ApacheAthletics.com. Well, top of the 5th, Jason Gonzalez needs 3 outs, and he needs to give up less than 7 runs here for this ball game to be over. And leading off is Todd Gerdner. He has come in and is playing shortstop now for the Pioneers, his first plate appearance of the night. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Gerdner, Soraya, and Helms. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1. And I tell you what, Jason Gonzalez had to sit there for a long time. Not sure how long that inning was on the minutes, but there's a strike. You're looking at a doubleheader tomorrow if you can hold on to this lead. And the less arms you got to use tonight, the better. There's a breaking pitch over the heart of the plate, 1-2. 16 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Apaches. 0-2-0 for the Pioneers. There's a breaking pitch that's low. And right now you just want to pitch to contact, let your defense work behind you. Two pitch misses high. Full count on Todd Gerdner. off the fist, and this is going to be Reynolds. Actually, I think that's, is that Cole Lightfoot or is that Reynolds? Okay, Reynolds still out there at second base. And there's one out here in the fifth inning.
Anthony Soria.
Here's Anthony Soria, and Soria started the game at shortstop, came in to pitch, and then went to second base. And when all that ejections were happening, Soria was being pulled out to right field by Aaron Hogue, almost like he was being held back. Oh, he was frustrated at something. First swing and a miss, it's 0-1. Next pitch, just off the plate, not by much. Called a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the inning. The Apaches 2 outs from winning this game. Misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 7 in the fourth inning. 16-0. Big swing and a miss by Soria. And it's 2-2. Jason Gonzalez trying to throw the complete game here in 5 innings. The Apaches, when you get to the playoffs, you play run rule after 5. So it's 10 after 5, 8 after 7. Strike 3 called outside corner, and Soria strikes out. Strikeout number 5 for Gonzalez, and now the Apaches need 1 more out. Well, we're right at the 2-hour mark right here. And North Arkansas down to their last out. Eric Helm steps in. Grounded out to third base on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1. First pitch in there, and no balls and a strike to Helms. Next pitch, going to miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking pitch, right down the middle, called a ball. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs. Trey Irwin hold that ball. That's a base hit up the middle. Lindweber dove for that ball, but base hit for Helms. And the inning continues. Good piece of hitting right there by Helms. That's just the 3rd hit of the night for the Pioneers. Here's the 9-hitter, Josh Calhoun. Actually, he's going to be a pinch hitter. Number 34 is going to be Trey Rassenfoss. Rassenfoss, 6'4", 230, a freshman from Fort Osage, Missouri. Trey Rassenfoss. Breaking pitch in there, strike 1. So Rassenfoss will get his first at bat of the playoffs. As Coach Osner trying to get some guys some at bats here. There's a ball in the dirt. Irwin blocks it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Pioneers would need to score 7 runs here to continue the ball game. They would need to match that 7 that the Apaches put up in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Down to your last strike right here. Jason Gonzalez, the freshman from Arlington, trying to finish off the Pioneers with a complete game, 5-inning ball game, and a shutout, a 3-hit shutout. 1 strike away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and there is your ball game. Strikeout number 6 for Gonzalez, and the Apaches win by a score of 16-0. Final line score for the North Arkansas Pioneers: no runs, 2 hits. Actually, I think they got 3 hits and no errors. 16-11-0 for the Apaches. Let's go back and recap this one, and we'll set the table for tomorrow's ball game. As let me Check something out here before we get into the wrap-up here. The Apaches jumped out early. They put a 0 on the board in the first inning for North Arkansas. A 4-run bottom of the first as RBI single by Vega. And the big hit, I think, in this game was Trey Irwin's bases-clearing double in the first inning. And that really loosened up the Apache offense. And it was 4-0 after one inning. The Apaches would score 2 more in the second inning, a 2-run homer by Miguel Vega. It was 6-0. 3 runs in the third inning, a 2-run homer by Ty Eli, a solo shot by Trey Irwin, and it was 9-0. A 7-run fourth inning where they brought 12 batters to the plate sealed the victory, and the final score was 16-0. And so your winning pitcher is going to be Jason Gonzalez. He'll take his record to 3-1. Your losing pitcher is going to be Max Bates, and he'll drop to 2-3. The loss will end the season for the North Arkansas Pioneers. Their season will end at 12-24, and the Apaches, by winning this ball game, will take their overall record to 34-14. And so, update, well, first of all, before we go to the bracket, let's look at the box score and give you some players of the game here. North Arkansas only had, well, officially 2 hits. Aaron Hogue with a single, and they actually had 3 hits. Grayton Henry had a double in the second inning, and that single in the last inning was their third base hit. Eric Helms a single up the middle, so 3 hits all totaled for the Pioneers. So a really nice job by Jason Gonzalez. He struck out 6 Pioneers, only walked none. He didn't walk a batter tonight, so that's really important, keeping those runners off the bases. So really nice job. Star of the game defensively is Jason Gonzalez. 6 strikeouts, no walks in a 3-hit shutout victory in 5 innings. For the Apaches, take a peek at their box score real quick. And Dalton Davis 1 for 1 tonight, scored a couple of runs. Vega 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a couple of runs scored. Alec Williams another nice night at the plate, 2 for 2, 3 runs scored, an RBI. Ty Eli, first game of the playoffs, 2 for 3, couple of runs scored, 3 RBIs for Eli. Of course, he had the big home run over the center field wall. And Ren Reynolds says he's 1 for 3. They're giving him a hit on that error at third. So Reynolds 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Trey Irwin a nice night, 2 for 2, a couple of runs scored, 4 RBIs for Trey Irwin. I think that the big hit of the night was the Irwin 2-out double that cleared the bases. And that really kind of loosened things up, and the Apaches didn't turn around at that point. 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 7 in the fourth. They shut out the Pioneers 16-0 here, and that'll advance the Apaches on to the next round. And so we'll bid goodbye to our friends from North Arkansas, and we wish them a safe trip back to Harrison. About a 7-hour trip. I'm going to guess they're probably going to stay the night and get up, go tomorrow. But congratulations to Coach Eric Osner and the Pioneers on a season. They played hard all weekend, and to my knowledge, they secured the very first win in Pioneer history in the regional tournament. I don't think they'd ever won a ball game down here, and they beat Richland earlier today 9-7. So Coach Osner is going to move on to the high school ranks, so this will be his last game as Pioneer head coach. And I know he's proud of his guys. I talked to him a couple of times here this weekend, so congratulations to Coach Osner and Coach Leigvolt and the whole Pioneer squad. Safe travels back. The Apaches will advance as they survive tonight. They win by a score of 16-0. The offense came alive, so they will take on now. They'll have a rematch with the Eastfield Harvesters, and it'll be a 12 o'clock first pitch out at Mike Carter Field. And if the Tyler Apaches have their way, they will play a doubleheader tomorrow. The first game is at 12, and if necessary, we'll probably start the second one probably 45 minutes after that first one ends. And so I'm going to check one more time to see if we've gotten any updates from Plano, as we sure have. The final, well, we knew the final. Coastal Bend 10, Brookhaven 6, and they were starting the late game about 15 minutes ago. So they'll be a little later. And if you want to check out TSRN website, that'll be the best ways to keep up with that online if you're wanting to figure out what's going on in the Plano region. The winner of this Tyler Regional will play the winner of the Plano Regional. So right now, Coastal Bend in the driver's seat over there. They're awaiting the winner of the losers bracket, and they're still got a couple of games tomorrow to work through that. So Matthew York, a big shout out to you. Did the great job on the PA down here at Brook Hill. And who do we have on the scoreboard for the broadcast? Clayton Kelly was on the broadcast scoreboard, and we appreciate Clayton volunteering his time tonight. And we also had Kelvy Courtney on the scoreboard at the ballpark here. So a big shout out to those folks. Of course, Ed Atkins always doing a great job on the live stats. That'll wrap things up. The whole athletic department says thank you for watching. Mr. Kevin Vest, the AD, he was out here running around. Captain Chuck Smith, the associate AD. Miss Kelsey Weeks. Miss Jordan Jones keeping it all afloat at Wagstaff Gym. Dr. John Gross signing off from Brook Hill. The Apaches win 16-0. We'll be on the air about 11:45. Thanks for watching. Thanks be to God who gives us the victory through Jesus Christ our Lord. So long, everybody.